talking to you live. Today, we have a lot of issues again to discuss as in the former days and months. We come here, we discuss issues based on current realities. We don't come here to manufacture ideas, no. We check on you, we monitor you, we find out what are your problems, and we come here to discuss. Some of these problems might not be peculiar, but rather general, insofar as we have Biafra in mind. And that is why we must keep on entertaining you. This is Voice of Biafra International. And right now, I have the pleasure of welcoming in our midst today my co-correspondents who are already tuned in to this particular evening program. Let me start from Benue State, where Uchenna Rada Okeke has been waiting for us since. Uchenna Okeke, could you please once again, as you have always done, say hello to our own fellow Biafrans who are now hooked onto this particular program?
First of all, good evening to you, the Oracle. You can at the same time, good evening to all our listeners all over the world. This is the voice of Uchenna Okeke from Makurdi, Benue State. Remain blessed as we carry out the broadcast tonight. God bless.
Thank you very, very much, Uchenna, for being always there for us, not just for the members of the crew to help us entertain our people, but for the entertainment and the information we give to our people regularly. We so much appreciate you. Also, tuned in right now from Lagos is Ume Maslenos. Ume Maslenos, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Oracle. And welcome, fellow Biafrans, to tonight's broadcast. And to you all lovers of Biafra, I say good evening.
You are indeed welcome. Now, today, because of activities we are preparing for ahead of 26th of this month, that is to say, on Sunday this week, we are calling all Biafrans, all Nigerians, the whole of Africa, and indeed the international community to gather at Owerri. Come and see what the bim-massob family has to offer to our people. Come and see and be a witness how far we have gone in achieving the Biafra of our dream. One thing very, very significant is that our first class, let me put it that way, traditional rulers shall be present that very day. Very, very important is of note that the traditional ruler of Obanam, where Major Chukuma Nzogu, that Biafran war veteran comes from, will be attending this particular event. We are gathering our cream of the society to come and bear testimony to what we have to offer. The bim-massob family, we have always said, does not talk for talking's sake. We do not make noise. We do not bark. We are not toothless. We don't just come out and begin to shout when there is nothing on ground. We might be quiet, we might be calm, but deep within, there are a lot of vibrations going on. Come to Owerri and see how the bim-massob family is going to vibrate before the international community. We are here to lay credence that we are not just talking, but we are building the Biafra of our dream. Already we all know ministries, parastatals have already been set up in Biafra land. We are now extending to every nook and cranny of our society to make them feel the impact of our governance. Already, our headquarters for the time being is nearing completion, and when completed, is going to be an etymology, which everybody will stand proud to say, this is the sweat, this is the pride of our sweat. We welcome you always. Today again, apart from giving you the news, we are going to entertain you as usual with segments of Biafra traditional music. When we hear some of these things, we are entertained, we are elated, we are filled with nostalgia. Those of us outside the framework of our society, we feel like going home to be part and parcel of that particular traditional state. This is what makes Voice of Biafra International very, very unique. And we welcome everybody that comes our way because we have said we represent the people. Since we are the people, we are blessed by the God of our own fathers. Welcome once again to this program, and we have to say welcome again and welcome again and welcome with interlude of Biafra music. Why we have decided now to start with this music is for those of us who are dispirited or dampened or somehow disillusioned. When you hear this particular traditional music of the long ago, you shall wake up from the slumber. Join us as we play a bit of it. Okay, thank you very much. We wouldn't take much time playing that music, but there will be a time when we shall go back to it now to entertain our people. Now we have to go to the business of the day. First and foremost, we have to brief our people on the importance of 26th of November this year and any other year in our Biafra struggle. What do we stand to learn? What legacies are we leaving behind for our children, for our children's children? 26th of November every year is a day set apart for our people to remember our epic hero, our legendary personage, the general of the People's Army, Dim Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu. We remember him all the time because he sacrificed his own particular convenience, his own personal convenience, to make sure that the Biafra we have always dreamt of came to fruition. He did everything possible to make sure that our people were protected from the activities of the vandals during the 1970 Holocaust. Today, he is no more with us. We are approaching the November 26th to remember him. Come there and pay homage because he so much deserves it. Apart from this, we are going to showcase a lot of inventiveness inherent in our people. Don't forget that Biafrans are highly gifted. We are indeed talented, and these talents and gifts we are going to display on the 26th of November for the world to see. That when they get back to their own various destinations, they will render testimony of what they observed. This is Voice of Biafra International, broadcasting live now from Germany, and we are here to give you the best. Now, I have to equally introduce our co-correspondent here in Germany, Michael Kaha, who is now joining us through our Facebook page. Right now, he is at work and might not be, opportunity to speak to us, but he is there monitoring events live and direct. Let me start from somewhere. Let us go to Benue State where Uchenna Okeke is and ask him his own views, how the people of Benue State, our own brothers and sisters there, how they are preparing to make sure that this our particular day is a day worth remembering. Uchenna Okeke, are you with us there? If Uchenna Okeke is not there with us right now, let us move down to Lagos, where Maslenos is holding sway. Maslenos, Lagos is always there, the center of attraction, and whatever Lagos does, everybody admires. If Lagos is not there, people feel dispirited. Lagos appears to be the pesetas, the primus inter pares. Could you please tell our people the preparations being made by the Lagos branch of the bim-massob family to make sure that 26th anniversary is a day worth remembering?
Thank you, Oracle. Fellow Biafrans, yes, like Oracle said, Lagos is always a center of attraction when it comes to Biafran's agitation. Because the whole struggle started here in Lagos, and since then, Lagos has never carried last. We never come second, we never come third. We are always first in whatever activity that concerns Biafran agitation. And 26th of November will not be a different. Already we have started, all those who will be going down have started making every resources available to make sure that they are not, nothing will be, they are not going to hear whatever they are by hearsay, but they want to be part of it all. Already our leader here in Lagos for over 2 weeks now has been down there helping to put things in order regard to preparations in the person of Mayor Benjamin Odu. So we are fully on ground. As a matter of fact, every arrangement is that everyone in Lagos that is a member of bim-massob family is supposed to be at Owerri by Saturday the 25th. We will be at Owerri to make sure that on the 26th we will help to make sure that everything is being arranged properly so that our guests will not come and meet unprepared people. We have always been prepared in whatever we are doing. So we are fully prepared.
Okay, now we know you are prepared. Could you please tell us some of the things Lagos will be prepared to showcase that very day? Are there some special or specific things Lagos would like to present to our people and to the whole world that particular day? Are they coming with a kind of musical dance? Are they trying to display some inventions or discoveries? Or are they coming with special farm produce harvested from their own from their own farm? Are there specific things Lagos is going to showcase that particular day?
Okay, thank you, Oracle. What Lagos has been doing is we are in Lagos, we see ourselves as diasporians, and we have our various areas and regions down Biafra land. So what we normally do is to go down, prepare our people at home, and then make sure we come out to present whatever acts from our home areas or region. So Lagos in particular, we are not coming with any particular presentation as Lagos, but various leaders here in Lagos have gone home to prepare our people that are at home, because we are here in Lagos here to keep people that are in our various communities, where we come from, where we belong. We keep directing them to make sure that we do everything in accordance to the instructions given. So that is what most of our leaders have gone down to prepare our people at home, so that they will know that yes, everything is well organized. So that is how it is. Lagos is not making any particular decision on that very day. But individuals that have a product manufactured, yes, they will display. There are some of us that are into manufacturing. They will come there to display whatever they have manufactured. To show our people that yes, we are entrepreneurial. The entrepreneurial spirit is always with us. So that is the extent we.
Yes, for the past 2 days we have been seeing on our pages, yam tubers, agro. Let me say generally agro produce. Our people have been into all the days and months. Now we have started harvesting some of them. And when I was looking at our pages today, I saw big tubers of yam and other agro produce from Biafra land. Now, the question is this: Are we also going to use this particular opportunity to tell our people that we have now gone into farming to make sure that we do not suffer famine in case of any civil hostility? Because you know, in any civil conflict, once you are blockaded, you have nothing again to fend for yourself. Are we also going to tell our people that we can now go back to the farms and produce enough quantity of food to feed our teeming population because of the big tubers of yam where we have been displaying on our pages in the past 2 days?
Yeah, yes, Oracle, you are correct, because there's one thing our people don't even know about the Biafrans. Sometimes people think that Biafrans that are not into agriculture, and that is why some of them will be misinforming themselves by saying, if you people go hunger go kill on and all that. But I keep making them to understand that that is far from the truth, because Biafrans are known for agriculture. And now that we have started creating awareness concerning going back to the farm, it didn't start today. It didn't start today, because I remember about 5 years ago, if not 7 years ago, when the former governor of Delta State, the person of Biafra, was campaigning in Delta State, Delta Beyond Oil. And what was his idea? The idea was outside oil, on what can Delta State exist? And that is agriculture. And he directed the entire youth who were interested in agriculture. They went in. And Fadama program has helped our people, because I have people from Anambra State who, as a matter of fact, when people was the governor of Anambra State, and Fadama program came in, and P2B had to pay off the export funding that every local government had to pay, and he also paid the one that the state had to pay, in order to make sure that these citizens of Anambra State that want to go into that Fadama program, which is the farming, we go, and our people embrace that program. So there have been a lot of programs, agricultural programs that made our people to understand that a nation that cannot feed herself is not worthy to be a nation. And that is what, because of the level our people went into farming, that is one of the things that is giving us confidence to. And when people say that hunger go kill, I will tell them it's a lie. We can feed Biafra, can feed Africa. And today, I'm not boasting about it. It's not boasting. It's not empty boasting. Biafra can feed Africa today. These are one part of the things our leader, Dr. Ralph Rodriguez, has to come and display those farm produce that we people are able to. On that day, you see our people, you see our bands of yam, yam band and other things. You see that product. And sometimes people think that it's politics. Okay, yesterday I was in a particular school here in Lagos where I went with a poor egg to show to the teachers. And one of the teachers who were discussing, I let her understand that I'm into strong freedom fighting. And while we were discussing, she mentioned this same hunger. I told her no. Most of the agri-produce that are being brought to Lagos here, that people think that are coming from the north, it's not from the north, it's not from the east. It comes from Biafra land. And the moment I mentioned it, she said yes, that she went to buy vegetable, and she was made to understand that all the other vegetables that they were selling at Oyibo here were coming from the east, and she couldn't believe it. I told her, yes, you better believe it. It's good that they were the ones that told you that all the vegetables is from here, we are coming from the east. And so, because sometimes people, the way it is, people always like to make it look as if the Biafrans are not into that every farm produce you see in Nigeria comes from the north. But that is proper lie. That is proper lie. They make it look like that, look as if that is the truth. But it's not true. It's not true. So on that very day, the world will come and will see for themselves that Biafrans are fully, we are good.
And honestly, there was a brand of semovita which I have been eating for the past 1 week. This thing is made from cassava in Nigeria. Yes. Cassava in Nigeria. So if you check the label, it is made from Nigeria, which is Biafra land. So this type, this semolina or semovita, whatever it's called, is from cassava. If you prepare it so wonderful, sincerely speaking, since I discovered it a week ago, I don't eat the German grease again. I have been eating this. If our women can go into agriculture proper and cultivate cassava, cultivate cocoyam, our men equally cultivate the yam seedlings, I bet you we are going to have a lot from these three products I've mentioned: cassava, cocoyam, yam, and even potato.
Good.
These are things we have to go into. Because, excuse me, people think that freedom fighting is all about politics. No. Some people think that independence is all about politics. Whatever. No. Economy is the best and it is the first. If we go into agriculture, in fact, I was proud of my people when I saw big tubers of yam on display. When we have enough yam, we have cocoyam, we have cassava, we have potato. Tell me, we have other varieties. If we can process all these things very, very well, we shall have varieties, and the hunger shall be out of the equation. Apart from all these things, we have other cash crops. We have cucumber, the vegetable we have mentioned, melon. This were both the real melon, what we call the goosey in our own land, watermelon, and many other things. Cashew nut, pumpkin, name them coconut. When we have all these things, my brother, even if we are going to fight a war for 30 years, we shall never complain. This is what the bim-massob family is right now into. And this is what freedom is all about. When we do all this, we convince the international community that we are not going to be dependent on any nation for food sustenance. We are not going to be parasites to feed ourselves. That we are going to be self-dependent in food production, everything. This is what we have to emphasize, not just Biafra, demonstrating, going this and no. Let us go back to agriculture and feed ourselves. We have always emphasized it that in very many international communities, the richest people are the farmers. Our people would like to know more and more. Other efforts we shall make to make sure that we feed ourselves. I don't know if Uchenna Okeke is there. Uchenna Okeke, are you with us? Hello, Uchenna Okeke. I don't know what's happening. Hello. Yeah, hello. Are you with us?
Hello, hello,
Yeah, we are not hearing your voice. So, remember, Philip has been discussing on the importance of agriculture, how we are going to, even egg. Look, we can have poultry. We can have poultry and have enough eggs for very many things. So, freedom is not about politics alone. Freedom has to do with agriculture. We have yam, cocoyam, cassava, even plantain. Name them. We have our tipping masses. They are use the boys, the girls. What measures do you think we shall use to bring all these our loafers, these our boys that move from place to place that are jobless? Let them go into agriculture, joining the bim-massob family, just like the Professor Chinedu Abodike is doing in Nnewi now, and other parts of Biafra land. We need to cultivate the yield to make sure we have all this things. Do you think that the Benue side of the bim-massob family are ready to go into agriculture if it becomes necessary? And if it becomes necessary, what agro produce do you think we can get from that angle to feed our people?
Thank you very much, the Oracle. The fact is that agriculture, the importance of agriculture cannot be over emphasized, because it is too important that every human being must participate or partake in agriculture, because that is the basis of the sustenance of human life. And if you come to Benue State, I think if it becomes not if it becomes necessary, it is necessary that we are going to play important role if given the chance, because I know it involves a lot of machineries, And I believe with the help of the bim-massob family, we are going to contribute immensely to see that our people export and also feed ourselves within the country when Biafra is realized. And even before the realization of Biafra, we are going to try our best and see that we bring our people. In fact, we chase hunger away from our within our people. And so I want to also advise our people, most especially those who has nothing doing, just roaming about the streets. They don't go, they don't then walk. All they're after is to join one court, from one court to another. How I wish they are listening to the voice of Biafra right now, so that they will see the importance of it. At the other time, you analyze the amount of money.
Hold on, please. Hold on, just a second. Hold on. Hello, our caller.
Is that voice of Biafra?
Yeah, this is voice of Biafra International.
Is that voice of Biafra?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I'll get my room. Go ahead.
Massob. Yeah, go on. We're listening.
I'm planning what's going to happen at 26. Or 26. Yeah. Are we going there? Yes. I didn't hear you.
No, talk to us. Talk to us.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we are going there prepared. We have said we are prepared for the day. We are going to showcase a lot of things. People are going to see us. People are going to hear us. We are going to prove to Nigeria, to Africa, and the whole world that Biafra has come to stay. And Biafra is already there with us because our administration has already started. This is what we are coming there to do. And we are also telling our people, anything you anything you think you can offer to Biafra, come that very day and present it to us. This is what we are saying. Thank you very much. Back to Uchenna Okeke.
All right, thank you, Ikenna. I was saying that concerning our people who are roaming around the streets, running from one court to another. And I said I wish that they were listening to this voice of Biafra International. That we educate them, telling them the importance of farming, instead of bringing costs upon themselves. As you join, most especially our brother Chinedu Abutike, who has made it as a thing of importance to our people. Even if you don't have something doing, if you engage yourself in one of its agricultural farming, I think that will help us a lot, and engage our youths who are jobless. It becomes you get yourself employed in that farm direction, and that will help us and bring us far. And in regard of 26th of this month, which we are going to remember the People's General Ikemba Odumegwu Ojukwu. I want to believe that on that day too, we are going to showcase to the world what we are, in fact, what the stuff we are made of, because we are not just business type of people, we are also into agriculture. People are going to see different types of farm produce of any kind. And they too will attest that yes, indeed, we are engaged in all kind of human resource that God has endowed us with, and that is one of the things we are going to display that very day. Thank you, Ikenna.
Yes, at times when we talk about Biafra and of Biafra for the Biafrans, some of our neighbors in the north continue to threaten us that if we go our way, that hunger is going to destroy what will become of Biafra. They think that we cannot enter the farms. They think we cannot cultivate the yield. They think we wouldn't have anything to harvest out of our sweat. But we are telling our people, our neighbors, and anybody who cares to hear us that Biafra we are talking about is not just about political independence. No. We are talking of our independence even from the point of view of agrarian policy. We are prepared. We are very, very energetic. We are going to enter the farms and prove to the world that we can cultivate more than the United States and more than Israel even. We have a lot of things to cultivate. We have always mentioned these things again and again. We have our cassava, which the world envies much. Tell me, during the Jonathan regime, Anambra State alone was able to export cassava to China to the tune of 1.something trillion. Our farmers were given the nod. They were encouraged. If we could export cassava to that extent, tell me, when we mobilize our teeming population into the farm to cultivate it. I remember, though my mom was a teacher, but she was also into cultivation then, cultivating cassava. And we had an abundance, multiplicity of all these things. So, our youth, honestly, some time ago, there was a Biafran lady from Nsukka axis. I've forgotten the name. This girl was always entering the farm, cultivating, harvesting cassava, and preparing gari. You know, I used to watch her on Facebook where this girl would just sit close to the oven, you know, preparing gari. You know what I mean? Fry gari proudly. This is a graduate. Let me be honest with you, a graduate from Nsukka axis. I've forgotten her name. I will try to remember her name. She is a good example to all our ladies. It is not enough for our girls to take their handbag and stand on the road or roaming up and down. No. Borrow the leaf from this particular girl. Borrow example from her. Go and cultivate cassava or even cocoyam or plantain, which doesn't take much, or potato. Cultivate all these things. Banana, name them. When all our girls are into it, even if you're a graduate, go there and do something. Take pride in doing it. This is what makes the international community food abundant. And that is true. They feed themselves. So let all our girls borrow a leaf from this Nsukka girl. I will try to remember her name honestly. And there was another one that is having something like fish farming. You know, these are things we have to do. Even back home in Biafra, my sister is having this farm for where she brings snail. You can imagine that. We have a lot to do. We have a lot to offer to our people. Mention them. You can have this snail farm. You can have fish farm. You can have this poultry farm. What can I mention? And leave the rest. So this is what we are telling our people. Let us make sure we go into agriculture. It is not enough to face their laptop every day looking for a white man to discuss with. No. Even if you are looking for a white man to discuss with, to bring back our monies taken away from us, make out time to go to the farm at the back of your house, find something and cultivate. Look for plantain tubers and cultivate them. Within a question of few months, you will be harvesting big plantain or banana from your backyard there. These are things we have to do. Find something to do. Let us not depend on food supply from our enemies in case of eventuality. Let me be honest with some of you. Don't think that this peace we'll talk about is going to end like that. No. There might be a time when the enemies will be provoked with our peace overtures and they would like to confront us. Are we going to fold our arms? We have to defend ourselves, of course. Now, in the course of defending ourselves, what we don't have food in our husbandry, what are we going to do? We die of starvation? Every Biafran has to rise up now and begin to think of going to the farm. Be you a professor, whoever you are, Professor Chinedu Agborike is a medical doctor, but today he set aside medical profession and went into farming. It is not enough to answer a professor in Department of Agriculture in any Biafra university. If you want to be recognized as a renowned professor of agriculture, why can't you show us the farms you are preparing for people to come and cultivate the yield? It is only this that we shall recognize you. Tell us what you are doing to encourage our teeming population into having poultry farm, fish farm, snail farm, and what have you. Then we recognize you as a professor in the Department of Agriculture in any Biafra university. The students are there having agriculture as their own choice courses. If you're in the Department of Agriculture, where is your farm? Show us your farm. Show us what you can produce. How could you be of agri department, but day in, day out, you are carrying laptop? What are you carrying laptop for? Tell me. Every day you are holding sophisticated mobile phones when you are supposed to be in the farm, cultivating the yield. We are telling our people we have to translate our results into practical realities for us not to go begging in case of civil strife. This is what we are telling our people. Independence is far from politics. If you gain political freedom, what of food freedom? What of economic freedom? Are we going to depend on the enemies to supply food to us? This is why we so much respect the bim-massob family. This is equally why we respect Professor Chinedu Agborike. The two groups understand what food is in any given society. During the civil holocaust of 1967 to 1970, our people died of kwashiorkor. There was no food. The Nigerian, assisted by Britain, blockaded us and we could not even have food from the international community, the charity organizations. At that point in time, our people died of starvation. There was no food in Biafra land. What must we do? We have to tell our people now, be you a professor in the Department of Agriculture, be you a student in the Department of Agriculture, be you a lecturer, Department of Agriculture, you have to come out now and begin to make necessary arrangements to make sure that Biafra land is, we have agro farms in every part of Biafra land. That Biafra land is food sufficient. We cannot continue to depend on the north to purchase yams and what have you. Where is our poultry farm? Kuche Mbappe gave to us. Today is no more there. Instead of our governors to maintain this poultry farm, they are building statues for us. Is it how we're going to feed ourselves? In case of civil conflict, are we going to feed from the statues or from the farms? We are telling every state governor in Biafra land, mobilize their people, go into agro policy. For us in Imo State, Mbakwe farm, this what you call other farm, not other palm, Haji, Avuto poultry. All these things must come back to reality. Something must be done for us to be food sufficient. But we have left all these things. We are building statues of this Liberian president, Sirleaf or whatever she's called, Johnson. We are building statues of South African President Joseph Zuma. We are even consulting, if not that Mugabe has resigned. Okocha was planning to consult Mugabe's statue equally. Instead of mobilizing our people for agro purposes, that we shall not go hungry, and you are there building statues. I'm happy that Governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, is talking about agriculture. Delta State beyond the oil. Delta State beyond the oil. Can we ever say Imo State beyond the oil? Enugu State beyond the oil? Anambra beyond the oil? Ebonyi State beyond the oil? And Abia State beyond the oil? Can we ever proudly say this? Biafra land beyond the oil? Germany is not having anything from oil. Their own inventiveness sustains them. Japan, the same thing. Why can't we borrow a leaf from all these countries and go into agriculture. This is what we are supposed to do if we are going to say indeed we are existing as an independent nation. Judy Chijoke, are you there? Hello, Judy Chijoke.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to analyze certain things before I call on you. But now let me give you the audience. Talk to our people. This agro, for those of you in Lagos, even somewhere at Okoko, Ajangbede, those areas, Ojalabe axis, or far end. When last I passed through that axis, I saw people cultivating the fresh vegetable. I had to stop my vehicle to purchase large quantity of vegetable, which I went on that very day and entertained myself with such delicate pastries. Just a minute. Hello, our caller. Hello, with number ending 3955. You are welcome to the program.
Hello, Andy.
Hello.
Andy.
Talk to us, please. This is Voice of Biafra International.
Huh?
You are calling Voice of Biafra International. Sorry. So, I was trying, please, Chijoke, to analyze certain things that when last I passed along that end of Lagos, that area, you know, towards Yanikwaja, I saw people cultivating fresh vegetable. I stopped my vehicle and then I made some purchases. When I got home, I prepared it with some delicate pastries, and I so much enjoyed it. When you take all these things, you have enough vitamins in your body, not just eating other things and getting carbohydrate. No, if you eat much carbohydrate without vitamin, when sickness comes, nothing protects you. Chijoke, what plans are your own people over there making to make sure that the policy of going into agriculture by the bim-massob family is sustained and sustained effectively?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ikema, my brother. I really love the way we, digress a little bit, and then by trying to inform Biafrans that we are not just into a struggle, shouting Biafra, calling on the world that we want an independent state of our own, while we are not at the same time emphasizing on the vital areas, which one of them are agriculture. I think I love the way you brought up.
Yeah, it's part of bim-massob policy, and we're going to display our harvest that very day. That's why we're emphasizing on it.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So, like you are saying, a lot of people think that the struggle is all about screaming, shouting Biafra, coming online to abuse people and all those kind of stuff. But today, I think people are hearing from a different aspect that the bim-massob family on the November 26th are going to do a lot of exhibition, which will, going to be a very eventful day. So, and from the exhibition, there's going to be a lot of farm products which are going to be, displayed, presented by different groups, and then that is to show that we are on the right track. Then come to your question, when you come to Lagos, like the area you mentioned along the Badagry Expressway, you see those areas are areas where you are going to find some empty lands, and now you will see some young men and some young women who are industrious, who cannot go and start begging or start saying that they don't have anything doing. Then you will find that they are making use of some of the lands that are beside the roadside, the lands which are very, very fertile in terms of agricultural products. You will notice that they usually cultivate vegetables and then all kinds of watermelon, cucumber, and all kinds of fruits that can be cultivated and be harvested within 2 months or a week or 2 weeks or so. So, and they bring it out along the road, and people who normally patronize them. See, and then this is exactly what a true freedom fighter, a true person who knows that if the country does not give you a job, you have to really come down and think of something on your own self. It is a good idea. Likewise, a lot of people did not know that I myself am a farmer. And then not too long, we have me and most of my other colleagues, because we formed a cooperative, we bought lands, and then we are into agriculture. Like I'm talking to you, we cultivate cassava, yam, but not right here in Lagos. We cultivate such in Biafra land, somewhere in Abia State.
That's good.
So, and then we have a meeting with Professor Chinedu Abudike right here in Lagos, not quite long. And that is where I was able to borrow some leaf from that young man. He has a lot. He has a lot, apart from in the times of his profession, which is, medicine and co. He has a lot in his own plans, and he has a lot he's planning for Biafrans in general, also especially Igbo land. So, and then we were able to gather some ideas and some skills which we are still going to put forward in the nearest future. Like, for example, apart from farming of eateries and co, there are other poultry, fish, pond, piggery, snail farming, which a lot of people, even there are people that coach, that teaches people that wants to go into such, because if you can't just venture into something you don't really have any idea about. So there are different ways people are being carried along, but people have to present themselves. If you don't present yourself into as in this is exactly what you wanted, nobody can force you to go and go into snail farming, go into farming, or without showing an indication that you are actually interested in such.
Yes.
So it is a kind of advice at the same time to our fellow freedom fighters who are in other groups, believing that it is all about coming online to abuse people. It is not such. As once I am a farmer, and I'm a proud farmer, registered, we are all registered. We also have a website which people can go and verify most of our farm products and co. So it has been a very good
Yes. Yeah, go on, Jude. I'm trying to support what you're saying.
It has been a very good year. We do harvest and then bring our farm products to the market despite the challenges and co. But at the same time, we are, trying to see if we can be able to get some support, like in terms of using bulldozer, this caterpillar, mechanized farming and co.
Honestly, Judy, what you said is true. Professor Abudike told me last time he'll be coming to Germany to make arrangements for that, so that he will bring in some German expatriates, making them to bring their equipment to help us in mechanized agriculture. And just like you pointed out, my immediate younger brother, was a lecturer in one of the Biafran universities, but he is into full-scale farming. Last time I visited Biafra land, at our backyard, if you see, even plantain or harvest, I must be honest with you, the wife from a big shop nowhere. Even plantain or harvest, plantain alone. If you go to the shop at Owerri, you see a lot of all these things, at least they feed themselves. Or harvest the plantain, harvest or banana. To be honest with you, most of the plantain is back to Europe. Everyone comes in what here. Now, even as I'm here now, I am talking to my mother-in-law and one of my sisters back home. My portions of land, which are lying fallow, they have to use some of them now to cultivate. You see corn. If I tell you what the Germans need corn, a metal beer, metal hot drink, a metal wine, to be honest with you, we regulate the same corn, metal meal, food meal here, a lot of things. If you see how they cultivate corn, you marvel. When we have all these things, look, NYC uniform, no matter what you are, when hunger strikes you, you remove your suit. Honestly, you remove your suit and you'll be staggering. No matter who you are, a professor, a doctor, let us go to the farm. My plan is that in the next weeks or so, when I'm in Biafra land, the days I will be on holiday, I will go into the farm, find certain things to cultivate, hand over to my own people. By the time I come the following months ago, the year, I will be harvesting something. And when I'm Biafra, a woman, or no Germany here, na Azulia na Germany, give ogun, you know what I mean? On her Congo in large quantity, or harvest chocolate like this, or na area in African shops, people na Gazogaria, ndị Igbo, na ebe ahụ, a na-azụ ya, na-eme ka ego. These are things we want. Our dears in the villages, in different communities, should go and cultivate some of these things. Plant some fruits. Plant all these things. Mango, orange, cashew, name them, grapes. Plant all these things. With time, we begin to harvest. This is what we are saying, and that is why I so much admired what you said, Jude, that you are into farming. I didn't know before, honestly, it's my first time knowing now, and it's highly encouraging. I will speak with Chichi, the body care professor. He has to do something indeed. We have to encourage everybody. Let me call on Sonny Bobo right now, who has been waiting. Sonny Bobo, are you there? We are talking about agriculture, Sonny Bobo. Are you with us right now? Hello, Sonny Bobo, are you there? Yeah, I know he's logged on, but I don't know whether he can hear us right now. I don't know. So, what we
hearing you.
okay,
Can you hear me?
okay, I can hear you now. We are talking about the bim-massob agro policy, because in the past few days, I watching our pages, and yam tubers, I they go see everywhere. Yam tubers and other things, which have been, harvested by the bim-massob members, and some of this will be displayed on Sunday. So this is what we are saying. Apart from yam tubers, cocoyam, cassava, potato, and some other cash crops, we are asking, Sonny, what other things do you think shall be on display that very day? And what emphasis do you think the bim-massob family is laying on agriculture? Because without it, no matter what you do, you are wasting your time. We are wasting our time, let me say. On your struggle, bro, a professor, a big man, what are we going to do to make sure that we feed ourselves, our people, and have the extra to export? Sonny Bobo, over to you.
Thank you, my brother Ikenna. I love this very topic for today's edition, because I can say agriculture is part of the struggle. Right from origin, our leader, Chief Dr. Ralph Wazike, and also BIM member, right from origin, he started the struggle to go into agriculture. Even he brought out a huge amount of money and get the director of agriculture then to go into farming. He urged every member to go into farming, and that has helped a lot of our members. Such a move have helped us a lot. See, like today, if you are watching on our group page on the WhatsApp, you see Jawe is a regional administrator and an elders council in the struggle. That particular yam you saw people display today on WhatsApp is the one he cultivated in his own farm.
Wow!
He did not bought it on the market. He cultivated that yam on his own
very,
farm.
very big.
This particular person I'm telling you, he has a little problem on his leg, but still at that, because of the motivation our leader have put into agriculture right from origin in this struggle, it has helped a lot of our members. Many of our zones has agricultural farm. It helped us a lot. So the issue of agriculture is not something that we can just look at anyhow. No, it's so important. Like our people, because of one thing or the other today, you see our people, they find it difficult to cultivate. I remember that time, like, when we are in the village, when we do go to farmer, on the process that we don't even spend much money in cultivating anything in our farm. It's because of what? Everybody, every person, every human being
has his or her own farm. You understand? So everything it is very, very easy. But today, we now use money to buy all these cassava trees in order to plant in our farm. Because of what? Is being scarce. So the issue is that our people have to go back to farm. Like I am going to start my own from February during the farming district. I now have a place to cultivate some cassavas in over a year. Despite that I'm not from this state, but I have a place to cultivate some cassavas in over a year. From February, I'm going into farming. I have made an arrangement. I have found the place that I can cultivate cassava. Everybody needs to go back to farm. It is important. You see, if you look at our young youth today, everybody, what they have is now Bet Niger and Naira Bet. Nothing more. How you can use 100 Naira to get to 1 million Naira. Or how you can use 200 Naira to get to 150,000 Naira. It makes our people to be so lazy. So it is very, very important. And if you go into markets now, foodstuffs are all the foodstuffs are so high. Because of what? It is only but few people that do cultivate to bring it out. And another aspect of it is that we, the country we are into, are also contributing to the non-performance of our people into agriculture. Because of what? There are some certain things that the government need to help their citizens to do. But all our government, like in Imo State here, where he said, I saw during the time of Sullivan Chime opened a polytechnic in Enugu State, called it Agricultural Polytechnic. And if you go across that polytechnic, you see tractors, many things. But because of the government are not being serious, they were just looking at it, they were not serious. So carry on, and you see, the polytechnic, agricultural polytechnic, don't have much students. Because everybody wants a situation whereby that after school, you move into one office or the other, start earning high money. It is not supposed. So our people are not taking things serious, more especially agriculture. Look at the world today. The richest country in the world they were made of agriculture.
That is true.
Look at US. Look at US.
Honestly.
Other countries. They are not joking with it. But our own here, we don't
look. So let me tell you something. So let me cut in there. Even Germany, I think we talk of German technology. But if you come to Germany, if you see how they go into agriculture, you'll be surprised. To be honest with you, if you see how Germans go into agriculture, you bow for them. Most of the food they eat here, they cultivate them here. They harvest this thing here. They harvest corn in large quantity. They don't import corn at all. You go to market, you buy it. They use it to produce some other things. I said some minutes ago, Germany, they use corn to produce wine. To get wine, alcohol, and what we call it, some other beverages. Honestly. So this is what we are saying. Look, if we take a look at our screen now, you see our boys, our men on uniform, or their Biafra uniform, the blue color with white belts and red cap. Now, assuming you watch them now, you gather this team of gentlemen and put them to a particular farm and say, gentlemen, let us take a day or two and work. When these people here now you see on the screen cultivate the yield, my brother, tell me the next 6 months, are we not going to make some harvest? In very many countries, the military go into agriculture. To be candid with you, there are no wars to fight. There are no wars to fight these days. The military go into agriculture. For example, when Azubike Ihejika was the army chief of staff, you see how the military was constructing bridges, doing one thing or the other, engaging themselves in some of these extracurricular activities. If we have these gentlemen on the screen now, if you are watching, take them to the farm and see what they will cultivate. 6 months, 1 year, we begin to harvest. Even if we cannot export, but at least let us feed ourselves. This is what we are saying. There is honor, there is dignity in that. I work hard in my village in those days and they go, hey, famine. But today, I'm going to tell you, there was a time TB Joshua, if you remember, TB Joshua, since last year, has been crying to his followers, go into farming, whoever you are, go into farming. People thought he was joking. Today, what is happening? Hunger everywhere. So, when we talk of famine, somebody or tie you suit will be wondering, oh, at that time they say you forgot my suit, whip my tie, Gana work and name and soil, my God, when hunger comes, you wouldn't know when to remove that suit. I must be honest with you. Even at our backyards, we can have poultry farm. When we have it, in time to come, we're not going to purchase eggs from the market. We can even sell eggs. A lot of them. Let us do something to help ourselves. This is part of the freedom fighting. Freedom encompasses everything. If you have your political freedom, but how can they know? My people are not. This is what we are saying. Please, sorry, Baba, continue from there. I just try to, add in something so that we don't forget.
Thank you, my brother. So, based on what I'm saying, it is very, very important in our life. I can give you another instance here where I'm living in at our backyard, just a little small space, of empty land there. And somebody went there and planted this scent leaf.
Yes.
And it was growing very big. Could you imagine this year that the person he sold not in fact a very huge scent leaf from that only three trees of the scent leaf at the backyard there. But he went to market this year with two good times. Even if you go there now, if you still go there now, you will still see enough scent leaf that is up there. What these things that our people do ignore is very, very necessary in our life. It helps us a lot. We remember far back, because of the situation of things in this country, everybody now abandoned the necessary that we're supposed to do and looking at the government. Though that the government is not helping matter, because if they are helping matter, they would have find it is necessary that every government must have that the Department of Agriculture must be serious and they make sure that they produce a lot of crops for people to buy. You see, okay, look at cassava today. Cassava is one of the highest distance now in the world because of the need.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
People still ignore it. People looking at all your money. You want to go into here, you carry all your money. What your money want? I remember when I went to Ebonyi State, when I went to Afibo, I saw what is happening there. They don't, that is the only people in our land now that are more serious in this agriculture. Despite that they have a stone land, but still they are cultivating everywhere. You see rice, you see yam, you see cassava, you see corn. Anywhere you are going, any of their empty land, they make sure that they get there and they cultivate something. You understand? Last time, security men are coming for duty at Ojukwu Memorial Library from Ebonyi State here. They came with the foodstuffs they cultivated by themselves. They did not use their money to buy anything from the market. They came with both yam, gari, a lot of foodstuffs. So all these things is very, very necessary in our lives. We need to go back into agriculture. Our leader have been saying this, the time we that number, right from the origin of the struggle. Every year you will ask all of the zone that you must have your farm. You must come and you give account of what you have cultivated or what you have invested from your farm. And when you invest it will help us a lot.
Honestly, our people don't know much. Even you see banana, plantain, here which is guy cultivated, you just once you put it in a soil, you don't need to go nearer them again until the day of the harvest. Now, when we put all this, when we plant all these things, we leave them there. With time, plantain and banana, they don't take time. Few months, you go there, you have a lot. And how can we have iron in our body without eating plantain? Look at even this banana. I'm going to know what the banana is all about. Everybody will go after banana tomorrow now. These are things. Okay, look at cassava we are talking about. This is our special cash crop. Do you know that in Sierra Leone, cassava leaf is a wonderful vegetable. They export it here to Europe. Cassava leaf, honestly, cassava leaf. So you see that nature blessed us with abundance. But the problem is that we tend to neglect some of these things because of white collar jobs. That is the problem. At times we think that agriculture belongs to our fathers, our aged parents. It's not so. Okay, let us digress a bit. How many places can I get where you palm wine? Apart from raffia wine, what of the original palm wine? How many places do you go now and get it? We don't have anybody that taps wine right now. But this is something, if you take it, you have enough yeast in your body and your eye will shine clear. Madolena cousin Mayanko these days. This is a problem. Madolena cousin Mayanko these days. I remember my grandfather that time, over palm wine tapper. My grandfather was a renowned palm wine tapper. Apart from tapping wine to sell, on a day after alcohol. Sincerely speaking, there was a day I analyzed it that day some time ago when we were making a broadcast. My grandfather they used ran like 4 to 5 days or more. On a gay brew, this hot drink, schnapps.
Yeah.
Yes. Assuming that such a man is more enlightened, more encouragement, why do we go to a market to buy schnapps made in Britain or London when we can do our own there? These are things nature has blessed us better. When we are dying secretly, silently, let me say. So, my people, we are saying this, not that we are digressing, no. But because of the activities we have on the 26th, we are telling our people that they have to come there and see what we have cultivated and harvested. For them to know why we are emphasizing on this, is to tell our people that when we talk of the bim-massob family, we are not after political power. No. We want to control the agro sector, the economy, so that our people will have enough to eat. This is why we are telling them they should come that very day, not to listen to speeches and resolutions, but for them to see our tubers of yam, cassava, whatever we have cultivated and harvested. When they see all these things, the international community will know that we are not going to be over-dependent on any notion of food sustenance. This is why we are discussing all this, and it's very, very important. And I'm sure our people are understanding and they are happy about it all. Let us play an interlude of music, please, to entertain ourselves, and then we'll come back to the basics. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for sharing your views and your ideas. We are broadcasting live to every Biafran, any part of the world, from the satellite station Voice of Biafra International. Back to the basics. Now, on the same 26th of this month, that is this very Sunday, we are gathering at Owerri. Apart from displaying our agro products, we are going to show the world other of our talents. Now, the question arises, what and what are we there that very day to show our people? Some time ago, while we were watching one of the programs organized at Ojukwu Memorial Library, Owerri, we saw some young Biafran boys that invented something that looked like fighter jets, passenger aircrafts, naval ships, what have you, vehicles, caterpillar, name them, different things. Now, when I took time to watch all these things, there were tears in my eyes. I now ask God Almighty, what is holding Biafra from coming? What is holding Biafra? What is delaying us? Can't you, our Jehovah, let Biafra go and fulfill those promises you have made to us? We are prepared to do your will, to tell the world that indeed we are a choosing race. We want to serve the world. We want to contribute much to the world benefits. But the question arises, what is holding Biafra from being actualized? We ask you, our Jehovah. Now you see, these our young boys and these our young girls. The things they came out with that very day were so outstanding, very, very amazing, confounding. And the world will say, where did these people learn all these things? We didn't learn them at all. It is inborn. Every Biafran is gifted. Every Biafran is talented. We want to make these things blossom. We want to express ourselves. We want an opportunity, a forum, a platform to express ourselves before the international community. We tell our people, come and see what we can achieve. The problem we are having is sponsorship. Of course, we have a lot of things in Biafra land. We have money flowing from here and there, but being coveted by our politicians, the money that is supposed to be used to encourage, sponsor some of these budding talents in Biafra land. Instead of making use of this money to sponsor our people, these thieving politicians at Abuja, state capitals, government houses, continue to drive us down. Now, when these boys display all these things, they are looking for encouragement. But where we fail to encourage these budding gentlemen, these boys and girls, they might wither with all these gifts. Now, what do we do to make sure that we catch them young? In Europe and America, we have always said it some time ago, they catch their younger ones when they are just budding. They expose them to a lot of things and harvest them. I know what I mean by harvesting. They catch them young. So, when must our governors use our money to encourage our talents? One of the aircrafts invented by one of our boys there looked like Concorde airline. You know, this Concorde flight that is no more in existence. Exactly like Concorde. Concorde that could take only 3 hours to cross Atlantic from Europe to America. 3 hours only. It was on display that very day at Owerri. Who did this? A young Biafran talent. Go to some of our secondary schools. You see our boys, our girls, you know, constructing, inventing, discovering certain things. But their principals are helpless. There is no money to make them, you know, appear to limelight. But all the same, it is the duty of their principals to call press conference and market all these young boys and girls. When we have all these people here and there scattered in Biafra land, and we are talking of independence, what we need to do is to gather these young ones together, teach them, encourage them, sustain them, compel our politicians and governors to use the money we have and sponsor these young boys and girls. This is how it is done in Europe and America, and that is why they are technologically advanced. That is why they control the world. They use their technology to control the world. When shall Biafra have similar opportunity? Just because our politicians, our governors, our legislators are stealing us down. They take our money and siphon to Europe and America, leaving our talents with nothing. We go home empty-handed. A young boy is gifted from birth. He has what it takes to tell the Biafran to the world what it takes to live life of fulfillment. But where are the state governors? Where are the money bags that can encourage these young ones? That very day at Owerri, there were tears in my eyes when I watched in amazement, in astounding amazement, some of the inventions carried out by our young boys. If you go to Aba, our men are there. The shoes produced in Aba or manufactured, of course, produced in Aba, challenge that of what we find in Italy. Shoes we have in Aba challenge the ones that we have in Italy. To be candid with you, why can't our government come and encourage those people that produce all these shoes? How many shoe industries do we have in Biafra land? How many shoe industries do we have in Biafra land? This is the question. We must do something to make sure that we harness the resources. We bring these boys and girls together. Encourage them. Let them tell us, give us a vision of what Biafra will look like. There's no two ways about it. If we are encouraged, Biafra is going to be the modern Japan. They know this very, very well. But realize the encouragement. This is why the bim-massob family under Chief Wazike is now summoning everybody to Were on 26th, bringing our boys and girls together for them to showcase what they have for Biafra land. And be rest assured, these are our younger ones. Once you're able to display something confounding the imagination, we are prepared to sponsor you. We want those that are going to make Biafra a technologically advanced nation whenever it is actualized. We are beginning now to talk about our technological independence. We have been talking about agrarian independence in Biafra land, and we have seen the extent our people are cultivating the yield to make sure that we don't die of starvation in case of any confrontation. In similar vein, we are equally talking about technological advancement, technological independence. We must manufacture our vehicles in Biafra land. We must manufacture our own brand of Biafra aircraft. We must manufacture our own ship, ocean-going vessels. Biafra must manufacture their own computer, lab, what do you call it? Any form of communication gadgets we are going to manufacture in Biafra land. This is what the bim-massob family is telling everybody in Biafra and in Nigeria to come down to Were on the 26th and see things for yourselves. The bim-massob family is not after political independence like some people will take it to be. No. We are not moving up and down like sheep. We are not hating our men and women here and there. We are engaged in something tangible. We are bringing these people together to invent certain things the world will look at and say, yes, Biafra is going to be a nation if granted independence. That is why we are putting down in place some of this paraphernalia to tell the world that our own Biafra independence is not just political independence, but technological and agricultural. We are going to survive. When we divide ourselves, some people are into agrarian policy, feeding the nation. Others are into technology, trying to advance the nation to make sure that we challenge any other nation in the world, be it Russia, America, or Israel, or Germany. We challenge them technologically. Today, go to Biafra land, go to Innocent Motors, you bow for yourself. The vehicles will be rolled out there, challenges what BMW, does here in Germany, and what Toyota does in Japan, and what Kia does in Korea and in India, here and there. We are going to encourage our people to come out with the best. This is why, or let me say, one of the reasons why we are gathering at Owerri on the 26th to tell the whole world what Biafra can do in terms of technology. I don't know if Ume Maslenos is there. Ume Maslenos, tell the world, listen to our program, some of the technological areas which Biafrans are going to display to the world to expand them come 26th and beyond the 26th. Because the purpose of gathering is not just to mourn the dead, but to tell the living that we are going to achieve some of these technological areas that will advance our independence. Remember, Maslenos.
Yeah, thank you, Oracle. Yes, the Biafrans of today, when you talk about technological know-how, I can only say that they have advanced from what the world knew him, ordinary people, and his men for during the war, when they were surprised on how they managed to hold them for 3 years or 2 years and almost 3 years without anything, and yet we are able to manufacture everything they used to fight. Now, the Biafrans of today, our youth, and those are the things we like want just to see on 26th. All things that will be on display, just like we are talking about what and what will be manufactured from maize and other things. Then we even see some bottles of wine that they would never believe that such was manufactured in Biafra land. Some bottles of wine. Now, when you talk about technology, there are a whole lot of things. Even one thing, the useless politics that has been going on in Nigeria that kept Nigeria where she is up to today. There was a particular science competition, junior science competition for secondary schools that was organized in this country at Abuja. When our children from the southeast were able to bring different inventions and all that, the person these people gave the first position in that competition was somebody that drew on a board, cardboard sheet, how the what they use is smoking fish and all that comes from the north of the competition. I laughed. I said, well, you people are not yet tired of all these useless politics that keep. Well, a child will come up and show you how you can manufacture, how you can use a generator without diesel, without petrol. You just use it with water. You tested it, it works. You say no, that one doesn't mean anything and all that. So these are the things. One thing there's nothing I will see on that day that I will surprise, because I trust my people, and even Chief Dr. Raf was speaking himself, and that was why there was a time the world leaders tried to ask him the resources he would depend on if they give him the Biafra he is talking about. And he immediately answered them without mixing words that he has human resources. And everything lies on human resources. Once you have, you realize that you have human resources, put every human and develop those human resources and put each and every one of them to work. I don't think there's any nation that will be more advanced than you, because everything depends on human resources. Because what is impossible is what has not been conceived by any man. And if our people can conceive anything, it is possible. And that is one of the things that give so much confidence that Biafra, just give us 10 years, if it will be up to 10 years, and the world will be like, wow. So our people are fully prepared. I know we are prepared. We are prepared for whatever. We are prepared to take off as a nation. We are prepared to even lead Africa and the world when you talk about technology, because the brain is there. It's just enabling environment that our people are asking for, and that is one of the things that puts somebody like you into the struggle. Because when you see something that could help everybody, and they try to bring it into play, and they look at you and say, where is it from? They say from Southeast, the same people. They will rubbish everything and make sure that brings the light of the day. So these are the things we have been experiencing in this country, Nigeria. And the moment we have a nation of our own, and everybody have equal level playing ground to display whatever they have. I trust our people. The competitive spirit is always there. The competitive spirit, and that is what we make. That is what we push on. We catapult us to the highest level, the very shortest possible time. Because the moment Mr. A sees Mr. B doing something that is very great, and everybody keep that's commending that, you see him take up the challenge and say, if he can do it, I can do better. And he moves. So long as every resource is made available for him or her, they move. So what we will see that day will just a tip of what should be expected of us, because whatever they will see, whatever our people will display that day, is nothing compared to what is in us that we are ready to exhibit on any day once the resources are made available. So that is just what I have to say concerning and what our people are going to display.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Ume Maslenos, for that wonderful expose of what is to be on the 26th. Now, Judy Chijoke, in terms of technology, inventiveness, let us say our boys are manufacturing aircraft, vehicles, ship, what did all these things that can confront the imagination. Do you think that our boys will be equal to their task when giving the encouragement?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ikenna. I think from the past, Biafrans have been so creative to a point that a lot of things which are beyond imagination are being manufactured and they are being displayed on the internet. Like Marcel News, just emphasized a little bit. When you talk in terms of people that they usually manufacture sometimes a drone, and they will be operating it right from down, and it will be flying. A lot of people will be surprised. How did they come up with such? You will see some people, they will manufacture a kind of an engine, a kind of a generator that doesn't use fuel. You just plug it or add water to something, and it will display electricity. So it has always been that way before. But this time around, the bim-massob is using this opportunity of Ojukwu Memorial Day anniversary to call on all Biafrans. So I think it's going to be a wonderful event. It's going to be an eventful day, which there will be a lot of exhibitions. I cannot, I am not the chief planner of the day. If not, I think by now I could have been mentioning a lot of things that are going to be exhibited on that particular day. Because from the past, from what we have seen a kind of a submarine which was produced, after then you see some kind of the way they did a sample as in a kind of they tested it in the water, the way it goes into the water and comes out. You will see an aircraft which after building, they promise that are going to build the engine, which will probably be displayed on the same 26th. So I think it is going to be a thing of joy. That is one. Then
I don't know if you have lost him. It's always like that. At times we suffer some communication breakdown. I don't know. You might have to adjust your position if we must hear you clear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So, like I am saying, I said that I hope and pray that the bim-massob will also have the capacity to entertain, such a large crowd of exhibitions which are going to be coming. And in this time around, this will also require a lot of sponsorship, and the financial aspect, the money aspect is going to come in. So it is I'm using this same opportunity to see if we can talk to our wealthy men, our big men, our politicians who are interested.
Yes, I don't know if we have lost him again. Maybe we go to Uchenna Okeke to help us, because there appears to be a kind of fluctuation coming from Lagos.
Okay, so I think, we will wait for them to come in and assist in any way so the world can see our displays and co. I think that is my own idea of contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, Uchenna Okeke, are you there? Still with us? Hello, Uchenna. So I think maybe we have lost him. So what we're emphasizing is this. We are asking our people, wherever they are, come down to Owerri on the 26th, that is this very Sunday. Whatever you think you can invent, manufacture, discover, or whatever, come with it to Owerri that very day, display it, showcase it. We are going to take proper record of the whole display, and we shall find ways of helping out each and every one of them. We want to make the Imagine Biafra a technologically advanced nation. We wouldn't depend on importation, rather we're going to export anything you can think of. We are going to manufacture vehicles in Biafra land. We are going to manufacture aircraft in Biafra land. It is not saying whatever that is technological, we are going to manufacture in Biafra land. Even in the field of science, we are going to confront the world. In the field of agriculture, we are going to feed the world. These are the things we are saying, and this is what the bim-massob family is trying to achieve in Biafra land. We have always told our people, independence is not just political. It is not just canvassing for votes or whatever, conducting elections. It is far from that. There are other more important additions. When you gain this political power, independence, but you don't have any other thing to advance your nation, what are you going to do? Are you going to depend on foreign interventions or what? We are talking about different aspects of independence. Now, our group, the bim-massob family, is making sure that we catch our people young. These younger ones, we catch them right now and know what they are capable of doing. So, we are here now addressing Biafrans all over the world, despite their own group or ideological leanings. If you know any Igbo child, if you know any Biafran child that has something to offer in terms of technology or medicine, please and please and please bring their child forward at Owerri on Sunday, this 26th. Let me repeat, no matter your group or ideological leanings, if you know of any Igbo or Biafran child that has something upstairs to offer to Biafra in terms of technology, medicine, agriculture, please bring the person forward, come to Owerri that very day with the child. Let the child come and display, prove a point, and once it is confirmed, we are going to make sure we assist the child to any level for him or for them to be useful to Biafra in time to come. We are not going to depend on importation. No. Rather, we shall depend more on exportation. We are going to be self-sufficient while depending like 20 or 30% external importation, and that is it. In terms of everything, we are going to be 70% sufficient. while 30% we can depend on other nations for the sake of international trade. And that is it. So we are beckoning all our young talents, gifted ones, come to Owerri that very, very day and tell us what you can do for our people. We are prepared to bring you, all of you, together and find available sponsorship for each and every one of you. We want people that will work for Biafra. We want people that will be beneficial to Biafra. We are training leaders of tomorrow, those who are going to take over from us. We are preparing a Biafra of the future for our children, for them not to be dependent on foreign people. We are preparing a Biafra which everybody will look at and say, yes, this is an example of an African nation created by God to be the defender of the people. Biafra is God's creation on earth, and we are going to do everything possible to prove it to the whole world. No matter the level or the degree of sabotage against Biafra, whenever our Jehovah says it's time for us to go back to homeland Biafra, it will be an exodus, it's going to be a forward movement. Nobody shall stop us, and anybody that tries to cause obstacle on the way, of course, whatever happens, I don't know. Bring those young ones, boys, girls, just like if you watch on our display now, you see our primary school pupils, they are there smiling happily. These are the times we want you to bring if such a one has something to offer to Biafran society. When you bring such a person, we watch, we sponsor, we encourage. This is what we are saying. I don't know if Uchenna Okeke is once again tuned in. If not, we continue. Now, Ume Maslinus, you are there with us. We are here talking about this technology. You have said something there. And Sonny Baba has said, everybody has said something. We are so much encouraged. And on 26th of this month, we are telling our people, come to Owerri. Tell us what you can do for Biafra. What can you display? Just like what Ume Maslinus just said now. Somebody had a generator, presented a generator that was using water to stream. Now, why can't we encourage such a one? I said some time ago, 2 secondary school students came up with a rocket. I think this was last year, it's not up to 2 years now, with a rocket somewhere to Okigwe, using 2 laptops connected, and this moved. Went to kilometers, meters away or high in the altitude, and then dropped, making a very loud sound, which attracted the attention of the Imo State Police Commissioner there. So, you see what Biafrans can do. This is what we are telling our people. We must come together. We are asking our people that have left for some time, they should come back to the bim-massob family, tell us what they can do. When we talk of agriculture, technology, medicine, we are also telling our young boys and girls who can play good football, come over there that very day and tell us what you can offer. We are looking for good players, boys and girls. We are telling them that Africa, the first African nation that will carry the World Cup is Biafra. We are saying all these things. What is holding our people? We are asking our people to come and get your names registered. We shall accommodate you. We are going to accommodate you and make sure that you lack nothing. We are going to mobilize our financial bags to see the best we can do to make sure that you become somebody in life. We don't want the people who are going to be roaming the streets as beggars. Biafrans can never be beggars. No Biafran child will be a beggar. God forbid that. We are going to provide the wherewithal to make the person, fulfill life expectations. These are the things we are going to do for the interest of our people. Biafrans shall stop going on exile in search of greener pastures outside the world. Biafrans shall not be found in Italy roaming the streets. No. Biafrans shall be at home. And when Biafra comes, even those of us abroad will come back to Biafra land to put in our best to make our nation move forward. No Biafran shall go on exile, I emphasize. No Biafran shall be a beggar. We emphasize once again. Biafra shall not be dependent on any particular nation. Rather, we are going to enjoy self-sufficiency. When we do all these things, tell me, why can't the world see us as a tourist nation? Why can't they be coming to Biafra land to learn the best of things in life? Medicine, technology, agriculture, and what have you? And when we do all these things, now politics becomes a mere part-time activity. But politics becomes a part-time activity or indulgence. It's not going to be a permanent imprint in our life individually. No, it becomes part-time, just like it's done in some other nations. We wouldn't want a situation where everybody will go into politics because they do or die affair. No, it's going to be a part-time business. And if you are there for the interest of the people and for the people, because the people put you there. We are going to make sure that Biafra is not like the outgoing Nigeria. Biafra is going to be a different nation. Nigeria will come to Biafra to learn how to live life of fulfillment. And we are going to welcome them. That is why we are telling you, if you are in doubt, come down to Were on the 26th of this month, which is this very Sunday, and see what the bim-massob family has to offer to the whole world. Fellow Biafrans, we have less than 10 minutes to end this program. And before then, let me move around again to invite Sonny Bobo to say something on this technology, medicine, which we are going to display on the 26th. Sonny Bobo, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes. So you see, last time at Owode, our young boys displayed a lot of technological know-how. We are saying what and what more are we expecting, and how are we going to project to the whole world that Biafra is going to be technologically advanced whenever it is actualized.
Yeah, thank you, my brother Oracle Ikenna. On the issue of technology, the Biafrans are highly blessed on that aspect. Not only this young guy, I thank God that the young guy that displayed some of his product the other day at Uduku Memorial Library is under Owerri zone here. On 26th of this month, the same guy will come and showcase a lot of talent he has in producing many things. I want to use this opportunity to say that our people, the Biafrans more especially, are highly talented in many ways. We should not forget that the first African vehicle was produced by Dr. Ezekiel Rizzo. And because of the marginalization of Nigeria against us, they find it difficult to help the young man to develop this idea. I want to tell you, if Nigerian government make any step to help the technology of Ezekiel Rizzo, I want to tell you, the whole world would have been coming to Nigeria to purchase the Nigerian-made vehicle by Ezekiel Rizzo. Okay, look at Xenos computer. You understand, okay? The Nigerian-made computer is still a Biafra. See, I want to tell you, God bless us in a way that we can achieve, we can make things, we can, in fact, we create a lot for the help of humanity. But the problem is that the government is just subjecting us to, in fact, is subjecting us to this zero level. That in fact they are diminishing the talent we have in ourselves. Before you know it, they will frustrate you to go into something that is not even your talent at all. That is how they are killing us. So, but this part, I thank God for Massob BIN. I thank God for Chief Dr. Rafu who has given us opportunity to showcase our talent a lot. I want to tell you, that very day, with the steps, with what is going to happen that very day, I want to tell you, from that day upwards, a lot of things will be happening in our life. I want to tell you, many talents will be coming out because the time has come for us to showcase what we can do better. It's not a matter of, it's no longer a time that we will depend on what others produce in order for us to grow. No, but rather is now a time we depend on what we produce by ourselves for our livelihood. So I want to use this opportunity to tell my brothers and sisters that that very day, a lot of things is going to be displayed on 26th of May. A lot of things, a lot of talent is going to be displayed that very day. Even our children, they are going to display that to show their talent to welcome the world that and to tell the world that Biafra is a very nice place, is a very good country, and is going to be a marvelous country in nearby future. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, Sonny, for that inspiration, for the words of inspiration you have given to us. And we are indeed convinced that our people have heard us. They have been listening to us in hundreds and thousands since we started this particular broadcast. They are listening, and indeed, I must say that what we are having here are words of commendations. They like the quality of our broadcast. They like what we are telling our people instead of insulting or abusing them. They are saying, yes, it is now that a voice of the people has come into existence. And they like the way we take issues one after the other and talk to our people, especially the emphasis we laid on agriculture. This is what they are saying. And we thank everybody who has been part of this particular interactive session since the evening. We promise to be with you again on Sunday, not Friday. We are having on Friday at 8 o'clock a meeting of all the members of the vobi crew for us to map out strategy on how to capture every event that particular day, every episode, every segment of it, how to capture, how to interview people, how to record, how to put down anything that is going to be displayed on our dashboard anytime we are making a broadcast. So we are holding a meeting of all the members of the vobi crew that on Friday at 8 p.m. Biafra time. Inform every other member of the vobi crew not involved in today's broadcast. There is no official broadcast on Friday except meeting of all the members of the vobi. Please be well informed. That very day we are going to map out strategy on how best we are going to achieve the best for our people. This is what we are saying. So please be informed. We thank you so much for being part of this particular broadcast. Your contributions were quite immense, and indeed it is in the spirit of oneness, patriotism, progress, and what have you. We thank you so much, and we have to right now use our Biafra traditional music to end the day. For those of us linked on to this program through Skype, in particular Jude and Uchenna, if you want to listen to this music, you have to go through the the Facebook Messenger, where others are, for us to talk briefly. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.